And we are recording. Not exactly sure what to expect from this. I just did a Zoom video for my classes this week, and it turned out pretty good. So hopefully this goes similar. There weren't actually people in that Zoom call. So anyway, what's going on, world? This is the Humble Kingz coming at you with the November Songwriting Challenge. Super excited to dig into this. I got my brothers on the call, T. Barlow and J. Genesis Alexander. How you guys doing today?
Grace and peace, doing good.
Blessed as always.
Good, good. Hey,
Looking like Wolfman Jack, but I'm all right.
Hey, it's No Shave November.
No
I'm gonna say
shame.
no shave never.
Oh, I thought you said no shame. I was like, well.
I was like, nah, I got some stuff, but I can be ashamed of it. But like, nah, I forgot about that.
No shave November.
And you know what? I caught that just in time because I did need like a little bit of a lineup, and I took care of that but right before Halloween. So
nice, nice.
So that's cool. I'm down with it. I won't shave until December 1st.
Well,
Speaking of Halloween, you just dropped a project on Halloween.
I did the Underground Railroad project. Yeah.
Hey, that was fire. Shout out to you, bro. Big ups.
Praise God, man. To God be all the glory. Thankful to everybody who had a hand in it, and just some of the folks who just been providing some support and stuff like that. And already I'm working on the next project, and so I'm super excited about it. So yeah.
So anybody who knows Humble Kingz knows that we're raw and unfiltered, unscripted. So there's really no major format for this. What we're doing right now, as of yet, as we continue doing it in the coming months, it's gonna evolve and it's gonna shift and it's gonna formulate the way it needs to. But as of right now, I just want to sit down and have a conversation with some dope MCs that I know, and we're gonna talk about hook writing. The Humble Kingz Songwriting Challenge for November is on hooks and choruses, and I make that point, hooks and choruses, because there is a difference between a hook and a chorus, and we're going to talk about that as this conversation goes on. So I don't know, I guess we just get into this conversation, fellas. T, I know that you got some experience writing hooks just based on the fact that you just dropped the project. I know you got some hooks and choruses in that mode. I had the thought of like getting a definition of each of them, and let's do that. Let's look up what hook and what chorus is, because there is a difference. I intended to do it and I didn't do it. So shame on me.
It's all good. It's all good.
Shame on both of us.
It's all good. So what exactly is a hook in songwriting? I was just talking to JC earlier, and something I want to try to do is, be off the cuff with this and not reading some definition off the internet. So in my mind, what I want to say a hook is this something that catches the attention of whoever that listener is? And you can think about a hook there's hooks in books, there's a hook in a movie, whatever it is that is appealing, that catches the attention of whoever your intended viewer is, whoever's receiving that message.
Right.
You guys have anything to add or take away from that definition?
No, not really. That's pretty straightforward. I mean, the hook is called a hook for that reason. It's something that grabs you, and it can be in the form of a chorus. A chorus could actually be driven by a hook, but they are not one. It's not one and the same. A chorus, see, I can write a chorus. I have no issues with that. But I did tell you from the jump, like the hooks. I was in the studio. It was actually 2017. It was when I put out my debut with Pastor Jason from Living Epistles, and I came in there and I'd been doing some work with him, doing a couple of tracks. And he's like, man, you just keep coming here with all these bars, all these jabs and uppercuts and no hooks, no hooks. It's just straights and jabs. And I was like, I got bars. I mean, I feel like if you can't handle what I'm saying, then but then again, it does. It was a valid um,
Assessment.
assessment that he had on me, and it's something I've been trying to work more on and trying to incorporate more hooks even to my courses that I do now. So
I
yeah,
like.
good definition right there.
Go ahead, T.
Now, I was gonna say, I think every now and then, I don't know. I like for me, I feel like the strength of a hook is also like kind of like in the performance of it. So like your definition is definitely on point. Like, and I'm with it. When I think of hook, I think of something that's catchy. Because when you're going out to go catch fish, what are you using like a hook? You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like the same thing, and it's like it's that thing that you want. You want people to be able to kind of just like be walking through the store and hear it and sing along, or maybe just driving in their car, hear it, sing along, or maybe walking down the street, not even hearing any music at all, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's the song that never ends, just going over in their head.
Yeah.
It's something that you want to. I know it's just something that just gets in there, that gets in you, and it's not. I'm not speaking on like a spiritual thing. It's just like, no, for some odd reason, our minds are kind of like acclimated to really picking up music and learning certain things, learning songs without even really trying to. And the hook is pretty much like assists with that, and it's just something that's used by the artist to really get them to the point to where it's like, yo, man, like I want you thinking about my song even when you ain't thinking about it.
Nice.
Right.
That I love it, both of you guys. I think one like really good way that people make catchy hooks is having just kind of like a chant or something that's repetitive. Like I think about, I don't know if either of y'all have ever been to a 116 concert, but there's a moment, like every concert that I've been at, a 116 concert, there's like no music going. I have no idea where this came from, but people just start chanting 116, 116. And it's something that like it came from a song somewhere. I don't even know where the song is, which, that's a epic hook that like outlives a song. But it's a repetitive thing that people can chant and sing back with you if you think about a live performance.
And it's funny, like when you started, talking about the chant, first place my mind went, hustle and flow, whoop that trick. Like, I mean, but like when, yeah,
Right.
but that's the thing though. Like the same thing you said, like that's the same concept.
For real.
That Anderson's character was saying. It's like because the dude, Terrence Howard just started like just going off of something. He's like, whoa, man. He's like, hey, calm down. Listen, like, nah, man, you kind of need something like, you need something catchy. You need something, and he said it. He said those words like a chant or something. Saying so you started going through different lines. Slap that blah blah blah, whoop that trick. Oh, that's it right there. And and so like yeah, it's you definitely want to keep it like you definitely want to keep it simple. And I wanted to touch on because I feel like I think I get this, and I'm actually gonna put the question out there. Especially like you, Genesis, you said something like, well, actually both of y'all had said this. There's a difference between a chorus and a hook,
Right.
right? And so deep in my heart, I think I know the difference. But I'm saying I'm not sure because I can tell you off the top one of my biggest issues coming up as an artist was writing these hooks that were just way too wordy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Way too wordy.
Yeah.
But I would call it my hook. And so I will propose that the difference between a chorus and a hook is the amount of words in between the two. So would you say that that's a fair gauge?
I'd have to say not necessarily, because and the way I see it, at least as a hook, is it's something. Just my definition of it is something that's memorable. That's primary. It's got to be something that's memorable. Even if you don't want to remember it, you're going to remember it. I want to show y'all something just real quick. Real quick. All you have to do is hear. Hold on one second. All you got to do is hear. And you know what that, you know what's coming. Staying alive, staying alive.
Right.
You know that, and I know Wyclef did that back in, was it late 90s or something like that? He went and pulled that and did it, and people went and
that's my favorite Wyclef song. Hey, my favorite Wyclef, yeah.
I'm gonna say if we get muted, man, we're gonna have some problems.
Oh,
I'm just
kidding. Yeah. No, I mean, that right there is iconic. But I'm saying, like, it's got to be something that's memorable, something that grabs you, like you said earlier, something that grabs you. It has to be. It doesn't even necessarily have to be relatable. Just like T just said just a minute ago, like he talking about the hustle and flow, that hook that track song, and it's like that had nothing to do. Where would you come up with something like that?
Right, but it's not relevant to my life.
Exactly. It doesn't relate. But like the chorus, I see as something that like embodies the spirit of the song. It's something, it's usually 4-8 bars long or something like that, 4 to 8 frame, and it embodies it. It embodies it, carries it, something, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the exact replica of what the lyrics are about throughout the entire song, but it's got to be something that carries, it's the core of the song. And then the lyrics are actually kind of written around that in a sense. I mean, even if you wrote the song before time and then wrote the hook that goes along with it, which is usually how I do it. So that's kind of how I see that. And I got examples of hooks versus, but like that one I was just playing, the Stand Alive, hook and chorus. That's an example of one right there. It's a clear example of something that's very catchy, extreme. Stand alive, stand alive. That's what you, and then it's the actual chorus. And they're walking down the street with their bell bottoms on, and everybody's bopping, So that's what
I'm gonna say that yes and no. That there's a difference between a hook and a chorus. If you look at, and we probably should have like talked about what we perceive, our understanding of a chorus is, but I would say that like in the structure of a song, there's verse, there's a chorus, there's bridge, pre-chorus. Structurally speaking, there's these different parts of the song. So a chorus is one of those parts. I would say a hook can be in the chorus. It can be something like Genesis was saying, that staying alive. But then there's also songs where, there's a hook that isn't necessarily related to the chorus, but it's something in the song. And I have some examples of that I actually put in, it's going to be in the Spotify playlist. So if you guys want to check it out, there's a song, Derek Minor, Hot Air Balloon. After every verse, he has a line, he might about them problems, but we paying the price. And that's a hook in the song. It's repetitive. It happens multiple times in the song. It's something that's catchy. And then it goes into the chorus. But it's not necessarily part of the chorus. Another example is Colossal, Cannon dropped. It has No Big Deal and Stephen Malcolm on it. That's going to be in the playlist also. We Gotta Do It, Colossal. They say that in the verse, they say that in the chorus, that's like a repetitive thing in the chorus. But then in, I think, everybody's verse, they also say, I gotta do it colossal. We gotta do it colossal. So it's that repetitive hooking, pulling back the idea of the song. But it's also like, something that is vibey and catchy and it sounds good.
Absolutely.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, so I remember some years ago. So me personally, I never sat down and listened to, like, for example, like a whole Gucci Mane album. And one of the reasons why is because I heard this song that they was playing on the radio, and I hated everything about it because he had no, when I say he had no flow, like from point to point, it was a rocket, and then it was like the hook had nothing to do with what was happening in his verse. At least I'm like this. Maybe I go back and listen to it now and like, oh, like maybe it makes sense now. But it was like his song was about, it was called A Very Freaky Girl or something like that. But like the verses had nothing to do with the freaky girl. You know, at least again, that's how I remember. Maybe I stopped listening before he actually started talking about her. I don't know, or maybe I came in too late. He had already talked about her and was talking about, and somehow the story led to his watching his car. I mean, because that's what I remember hearing about, like in his verses, and it's like, you sitting there talking about how you blinged out, and then your hook goes, "She's a very freaky girl," and it's like, wait a minute, like this doesn't fit. And so I guess like for me, man, like listening to a song, you could probably have a catchy hook, but like man, like if it doesn't fit, like if that song ain't together, if I'm not getting the picture, what I'm saying? It's like, what's the point of you putting a bunch of jigsaw puzzle pieces together and they don't belong to the same puzzle?
Right.
Like I'm not going to get the picture, and nobody will. And some people won't care. Me, I do. As a writer and as an artist, I do care about that type of thing.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you on that. Now, to be fair, there's leagues and leagues and leagues of songs out there that, I mean, even like with interviews that they have for these artists, and I'm talking about like secular as well as a Christian. I'm talking about all across the board. They have interviews with them, and they're like, "Oh, I just felt that just came out, and I wrote that or whatever." And I'm thinking of like, there's a lot of songs out there that just uh, like a lot of rock songs, especially. I don't know if you guys are big on that. I was raised on literally like everything from classical music to uh, groups
Same.
like Journey, The Doors, everything, and all the way the Motown. Of course, we had that one grazing up. So I had everything music wise that was coming in, but it was, a lot of like the 80s and stuff like that of songs that you hear that came out, and it was like a lot of them were from Europe and stuff like that. And it's like, what the heck are they talking? But you remember them to this day. You don't know half the lyrics or any of the lyrics until they get to that hook or until they get to that chorus or whatever the case. You don't know any of it, and you just like humming and singing along, and you know that da 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 da.
Yeah.
So I have to
You'd be
type
like,
it in.
you just be listening to the radio, be like, "The angel is a centerfold." You're like,
Yes,
you don't know what's happening in the verse.
yes. Like those,
You're
and
like,
that's all made sense if you actually listen to the lyrics of that he's
hey,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
No,
we
it
say.
makes it makes sense. And it makes sense to me as a kid. I'm gonna say, I'm
No,
sorry. No,
I'm
no.
singing and I'm like, I don't know how, I'm like 5 years old.
Hey,
I didn't
yo,
know what a
I didn't,
centerfold was, and I'm listening
I didn't
to it.
know, I didn't know who Eileen was, but I was telling her to come on. I was like, "Come on, Eileen." Yeah, I don't know nothing. Hooked though. I was hooked.
Yes, yes,
Hey, I
absolutely.
could dance if I want to. Like all
Yes,
this. 80s was the
bang
bomb,
a
man.
gong, get it on, bang a gong. Like really, like, and then what are you talking about? Like seriously, but those were hit songs for somehow they made it to the hits.
That's
I was just,
that's the thing to think about is, so these songs are memorable, and
mhm,
uh, they they the hooks don't relate to the verse. Basically, is what it comes down to. But the songs are so memorable; they're iconic, like legendary songs that we're sitting here talking about. That as soon as that uh, the song starts playing for Staying Alive, the music, as soon as the music starts, you already know what's going on. And I don't know. I haven't listened to the lyrics of it. I don't know if they relate or not. But the fact that like they have such a big reputation, or however you want to put it. Uh, but us as like artists, this is one, as lyricists, as writers, is something that like really bothers us because we
yes,
understand the substance of like a good song. So there's a difference between a good song and a popular song. I would, make that argument.
I'd even venture to say a difference between a good song and a great song, something that's really has something that's worthwhile.
For sure.
A good song, I'm not gonna say anybody can write a good song. That ain't true.
Right.
I'd be straight up lying. But yeah, the difference is, and I'm just saying, like, we're just giving a run of some of the plays. Like, I was listening, don't judge me. So Queen, I don't know if you guys remember that group back in the day. They had, and then I heard it earlier. I wasn't necessarily listening to it. I heard it earlier. What is Under Pressure? So, what's his name? Vanilla Ice did that one song. Doom 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 doom. And that ice baby. We know it.
Well, hold up. Ice Cube explained his song was different. You ever heard him try to explain that? He tried to say, well, Queen's was ding 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 ding. Vanilla Ice says mine's go ding 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 ding. Yeah, he got
wow.
Yeah, but no, you're right. But you're right though. Like when you hit, but first of all, ain't nobody gonna judge you for Queen. Don't sleep on Queen. Queen was a phenomenal band.
I'll agree. I'll agree.
Instrumentally and vocal, the boys was geniuses.
Boys could sing like some angels. Seriously,
needed Christ, yes, by all means.
Yes.
But
talented. Absolutely.
Yeah. But talented, yeah. But and that's the thing. Like, I'm glad you brought them up. We Will Rock You. I don't know the verse to this day. To this day. But I know we. Yeah, right. I know blood on my face, big disgrace, kicking the your can all over this place. Yes. Singing, we. That's all I know.
Yes, absolutely.
I know another one bites the dust. I don't know the words.
Yep. But that is definitely a part of it. But it's certainly a difference in there's a difference in good song, great song, but a good song can be iconic. A bad song can be iconic. I mean, I know y'all know. I don't want to go too far off topic or anything, but I know y'all know that song. What does the chicken say? What does it say? Oh, what does the fox say?
What's the fox say?
Is he?
Hey, yo,
what's the fox say?
Wow.
What parent? Yo, what parent don't know Baby Shark?
What non-parent don't know Baby Shark?
Hey, yo, check this out though. I ain't gonna even lie. When Baby Shark first starts, that beat drop is actually pretty dope. I ain't gonna.
Hey, y'all heard the trap remix?
I've heard to Baby Shark. I can't say I've heard. I don't know if it's the trap remix, but I did hear an R&B remix. Baby Shark, do.
I'm gonna find the trap remix and I'm gonna drop it probably on the Facebook page.
Oh man.
Yeah, do it. Man, let me tell you, like it's I don't know. Music is such a special thing, man.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, like it says, when it comes to the craft of it, like I take it really serious. Because I don't know why I do, but I do. I definitely believe in being like a gift from God, and then like being a Christian, being a good steward over our gifts is a great thing. I can't expect everybody to have that standard, but however, even if you're just a straight, like artist and on a secular realm, I would hope that you would respect the craft of writing hooks and writing stuff like that, which is, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. For some folks, it's like, even if it's easy for you, I will hope, saying that you wouldn't a person wouldn't take that for granted and realize the magnitude of talent that it takes to write something so simple and for it to pop, and to make people a believer in it, and I mean, it's as simple as, I don't know, man. I don't even want to say it's simple. I mean, there's just levels to it, and I don't think people realize sometimes like what actually goes into it. Sometimes we hear a song and we're like, dude, like that's so dumb. Like why is this catching on? But like, yo, like there's a science that Laffy Taffy. I hated that song to the core of my existence. but people could not get they just couldn't get past the even the vile lyrics of it all. Like those girl I knew from church, she's like, yo, she's like, I don't know why, but like, yo, I like this part. The part of me would just be like, yo, because you nasty and you're a sinner, but whatever, you know. I couldn't really say that because at the time I was a different person. I was nasty and sinning too, but I'm just saying, I understood the lust at that moment, but like it's just, but it was so catchy, and the beat, even the beat in and of itself, which annoyed the living spirit out of me because it was literally like what was it, 6 notes, maybe four, it's somewhere between 4 to 6 notes, the whole beat, blink 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 blink,
Oh my
and
God.
then shake that laffy taffy. What I'm saying? And here's the thing, I hated that song. Never learned the lyrics to it, but I can give you that beat, I can give you that hook.
So maybe there's something that ties in with that right there as well. If you kind of think about it, it doesn't necessarily have, but it does have like the tune of the hook can have a lot to do with a good hook or a bad hook or just a hook in general. It can have a lot to do with it. An example, just off the top of my head. Da 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 da. You want to go get you some chocolate crispy something. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat. And it's just I don't even like Kit Kat, and I find myself sneaking in the kitchen eating them at night, thinking about that. I mean,
Yeah, like I don't even like coffee, but every so often I'll just wake up and be like, the best part of waking up, you know.
Coffee's so
Yeah,
good, man.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's not though, not for me. No.
So good.
Coffee is good and it's good for you. How
I
about
like I,
that?
I like a little coffee with my cream and sugar,
Oh wow.
I feel
but
that.
I like
I feel that.
Man.
but I like my women dark. So I don't want nobody to read too much into
Well,
that.
that's
You're
your cocoa
funny.
mix right there.
All right, reeling this thing in. I think we've been on here for about 30 minutes. Zoom just told me that there's apparently like a 41-minute limit. I didn't know
Oh
anything
yeah.
about that.
Yep.
But they said they waived it. I don't know what that means. Uh,
Basically, it means that right now we ain't really tripping on y'all, man. Because just don't do your thing. Just don't be too long.
did it go away? Oh,
No,
I
we
don't know.
still there. We still on.
okay. Okay.
Hey, Zoom
Uh,
like, hey man, look, don't take my kindness for a weakness, man. But handle your
right.
business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got a list right now. I think I got 13 different points from this
Oh God.
conversation and just my own research about hooks. And I'm just going to look through this and see any that we missed. Um, there could be multiple hooks in the song. That's something that it wasn't directly said, but T, you're just talking about Laffy Taffy. You got the hook in the chorus, girl, shake that Laffy Taffy, and then also the beat is a hook also because it's like super simple, which is another thing. I would say it doesn't need to be too complex. It can be simple, right? Just keep it simple. The simpler it is, the easier it is to remember it and sing it back. Uh, it doesn't need to relate to the verses. T already said that. There's no one size fits all. So all the stuff that we're talking about, and we even said it. Us as songwriters, we care about having the hook relate to the content in the verses, but popular songs don't follow that logic, and it is what it is. But for the people listening, excuse me, in your songwriting, just consider that there's no one size fits all. We're given pointers from our perspective, our experience, our knowledge. But if it sounds good, like that's all that matters. Which at the end of the day, we're writing songs. Us as Christians, we care about the content in the songs,
Right.
but also we want it to sound good. So if it sounds good, do it. Go ahead.
Got one more thing. To all my nerdy graphic designing individuals out there, let's just do this relation. Hook, logo. Hook,
Nice.
icon.
Nice.
Hook, logo. That's all you got to know. It's the simplest breakdown that grabs, that pops, that catches, that hits, that just captivates on that first lick. That's what it takes. That's all I got.
Nice. Did you guys have any points that we hadn't discussed?
It's catchy. It doesn't have to be relatable. As far as chorus, we ain't made it there yet, but chorus is usually best on a theme. Again, it's the heart and soul. I know we're not talking about that one right now, but just some good hooks to give people ideas. Like that Kit Kat bar, the Staying Alive. One of what used to be my all-time favorite because of Dre 3000. But hey, yeah, I didn't like that album, and I didn't like that album like at all. I didn't. With the direction they went with that, I liked that there was diversity, there was change and stuff to it, but that still rings in your head. You know, everybody knows. Hey, yeah, that one that my brother Edwin Ramirez did, and y'all gotta look this one up if you haven't already. It's called "Do a Work," and his hook is just "Do a work, Lord, do a work, Lord," and it's catchy, it's potent, and he's talking about his actually connects. Another one that is in the realm of the
By the way, by the way, y'all can find that on SoundCloud.
Yes.
It's not on Spotify.
Yes. No, he doesn't have on Spotify. No.
But for his name, his artist name is for his namesake. Yeah.
For his namesake, yes. Another one, "Happy" by Pharrell.
Because I don't know why I never liked that song, but dadgummit, if it don't get in your head.
There's something you broke down in that display of yours. Yeah. And I don't like that song like at all. And it's not the it's a joyful song. It's not my style. I just think of Carlton doing the Carlton dance, So happy. Boy can sing though. But anyways, that was just a few examples that I wanted to put out there for anybody that is trying to figure out still what is a hook. Simple, catchy.
So for the sake of this songwriting challenge, we're gonna say, do we want? Yeah, I think we need to do a chorus and a verse, but write a hook. If that makes sense. No.
All right. So here's the thing. I would say write a verse and write a hook, and if it turns out to be a chorus, then it is what it is. But like write a verse and write a hook if you're gonna do that, or maybe just write a hook. And the only reason being is because although we just had this conversation about the subtleties and the differences and the nuances between hooks and choruses, there are some folks who are just kind of just like, man, like they're still like, I don't know. It's like putting the kid on a bike the first day and then explaining to him the training wheels and then like taking the training wheels off right away. Like after he went like once down the sidewalk, it's like, all right, right. Which, granted, it may make him stronger someday, but like, dang, they're going to have to, we ain't trying to scrape nobody's knees, man. We just trying to, hey, this analogy is just going all over the place. Let me just let it go.
So what are you saying, T? You didn't like conclude?
I'm saying just like we want hooks to be simple. Let's keep the challenges simple for starters. Saying let's build these people up. Saying let's give them an opportunity to kind of. Even though we're dealing with some folks who have been writing for a minute, when it comes to a challenge, challenges like this, these online challenges, we got to remember, like for one, like me for example, I'll put me out there. Maybe one off for me. And I'm gonna hurry up. Like I got a life. I got a life, as a parent, as a preacher, as an employee, as a husband, as a student. Like those are like 5 of the hats that I'm wearing right now, and I had to even put artists into the plate. You know what I mean? And
Father
so
of many either.
yeah, you know what I mean? And so like sitting down and writing stuff to write something that's worth listening to takes time. And if I'm being honest with you, with me being in the process of writing for an album right now, saying, so it's easy for a challenge to get put onto the back burner. Saying, saying something that's not pressing me to do it. So if it's made too challenging for me, and I know I'm not the busiest man on earth, saying it might be the same thing. We want people to be able to participate. So that's why I would say let's keep the challenges to something that can you can sit down for a couple of hours one night. You probably got some free time on the night off and sit there and just say, all right, man, let me pen something out real quick. And then before the end of the month, I'll have time to record my 1.5-minute video of me doing this verse or doing this hook and so forth, or without having to pour so much energy into it, if that makes sense.
So for the sake of clear communication, write a hook. Doesn't have to be an entire verse. Doesn't have to be a chorus. Write a hook.
Now, let me tell you this though. Let's say we write a hook, right? So like we get some guys to come in and write a hook. Why not maybe vote on a hook, right? And then based on that hook, write a verse.
That makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense. So do that. And out of this whole thing, so we're going through the structure of a song, kind of as you said at the beginning, GT. We're going through, there's a structure of a song, typical. It's not the full blueprint of every song, because not every song is going to be the same. But we could set up this challenge to where it's like we do certain portions to where they're going to end up, we're going to vote on whatever. So the first one was the verse, and I know I've seen some of the other groups or whatever do the 16 bar challenges and stuff like that, and that's kind of how this one started off or whatever. But we can do it to where it ends up we pull together a song that'll end up being pretty long, because get 2 or 3 cats on it and get a hook, you can make that into a 4-minute trip right there. If you get a hook and a chorus or whatever, something like that.
I got it. So I love the idea. Write a hook that's a chorus, is basically what you're saying. And next month, our focus will be on collaboration, and we'll vote off of whoever wins this hook challenge. Everybody's going to write to their verse, the content of their hook. We'll write a verse to it in the spirit of collaboration, and see where it goes from there.
Hey, man, you never know. So, I mean, and here's the thing, like I've seen this done before, and it ended up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a little shameless plug, the Romans Project for Christ Centric, where that was a 16 bar challenge, and it was like, you know what, y'all, we're gonna turn this into a cipher, and it took everybody's bars and put it onto an actual album or whatnot. So shout out to Christ Centric for doing that. But like I'm saying, you never know, where something like this could go. And this could be fun, and definitely, man, one of the things, and this is for anybody listening, be open to feedback. I'm open for it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I got everything figured out when it comes to songwriting and all this other jazz. Because like I said, I know for a fact that I tend to make some hooks that probably folks are kind of just be like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm feeling that hook. Verse is dope. I'm not sure if and I've had people say that, and it is what it is, and I'm good. Like, saying. So all I'm saying is just like, yo, be ready for some feedback. Just be like, yo, verse is dope. Let's tighten up that delivery. Which I'm saying. And again, this could be something that we can grow into to talk more and more about delivery, enunciation, alliteration, and illustration. And I mean, there's scores of topics in which this can grow into. And ways in which we can bring up challenges, not just subject matter challenges, but hey, this week we're gonna focus on double time raps, or stuff like that. What I mean? So yeah, I'm all for it. Write a hook. Let's let's pick that hook out you know, and then once we pick out a hook, write a verse. You know, write a smooth 16 and just see what happens.
Or we do it from the point of whoever's hook or chorus, whichever it ends up being. It could be turned into a chorus or whatever, and then we can have the next challenge to be right around that. Have the beat, set up. If we're using the same beat, that's fine. If we're using one that has the same BPM or something, I told you I got cataloged. Pull something out for that or whatever. And like you said, you never know where it can come. The Romans project, that was off the chain. It was fun. It was a really fun project, and I'm grateful for them and Wrath and Grace for doing what they did, pulling things together, and their groups cross examine boys Strack and Kurt over there doing their thing with that. They did their challenge or whatever. And this last little project that Josh put out was he compiled 3 like full albums. There's like 30 something tracks, 38 tracks, 36 tracks. I'm sitting listening to this thing like 8 hours later. I'm still listening.
Wait, who did that?
Josh Griffith. He did he compiled it.
Yeah. Oh, on Bandcamp. Yeah.
My boy, Yates, Desmond Yates. He had his stuff on SoundCloud, and I've been jamming that for a while now. And I heard that in there again, talking about Sonic Boom, gonna make some room. Sonic Boom, that boy was.
Wait a minute, that's him?
Yes. And I will be having him featured on my next album. So you all be prepared, because I got some brothers coming up on this next project. It's gonna be awesome.
I never knew who was that sang that song. We used to play that around. There used to be a way that we got ready to slam false teachers on the Humble Kingz radio show.
Yes.
We'll play.
He's on SoundCloud. He's got that on SoundCloud. So check him
How
out.
you spell his name?
I think it's under DZ Yates. I'll send you the link. But just type in Sonic Boom Yates, and you should be able to find it on SoundCloud. But yeah, Josh compiled all that, and it came out to be a long listen, but worth every minute of it. So
Nice.
we can end up doing those compilations at some point.
Dope. So you guys heard it here first. This is the beginning of something that's gonna turn out to be pretty cool. We have a Humble Kingz album that we're actually working on. It's been in the talks for over a year now, and now we got some fresh life breathing into it, and there's gonna be something cool coming out of this, which this challenge is probably gonna help build a lot of structure for that. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the Humble Kingz Songwriting Challenge, November Challenge, hooks. It's your boy GTDyne Music. We got T Barlow and what should I call you, man? J Genesis.
You call me Genesis. Keep it simple.
Genesis. All right. Be on the lookout, because there's a special Humble Kingz episodes that are going to be coming up here in the near future. Special spotlight episodes. So love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys got some good information out of this. Let me just run through this list real quick. I know this video is getting long, but just for the sake of having it. 13 points. Hooks your listener. A hook hooks your listener, obviously. It's catchy. It's repetitive. It's easy to sing along to. Chanty, something that listeners can sing along to. It's memorable. It forces the idea of the song. It's not always in the chorus. There can be multiple hooks in the song. Can be used throughout the song. Keep it simple. Don't need to relate to the verse. And there is no one size fits all. I think that's going to be something that pertains to everything that we're going through in this challenge. So thank you guys for tuning in. Brothers, thanks for the awesome discussion and sharing your knowledge with the people.
Indeed. Appreciate the opportunity to be able to do so.
No problem.
Likewise.
Until next time.
Grace and peace.